So this is the second session, and you can share your screen.
Okay. Okay. Um, mm, mm, exactly, right? Because- Oh, yeah.
And I know, is it the total is correct like that? The
What?
tax? Okay, yeah, that's good. Uh-huh. But you have to understand also that what we meant here, I understand this equation when you do it in this way, it is fine. But
Mm.
the point, if you continue doing the thing like that, you have to repeat that at the end, because at the end you need to add the subtotal with the tax with the tip. So,
Oh, okay, I
so you
see.
have to store that in a variable also.
Okay, okay. So I can do uh, uh, double the X.
Hmm. Excellent.
Okay, something like that. Mm, in this case, just be here. I should just put. I should actually put it. Mhm. Oh,
Excellent, Ashwin. Excellent.
okay. Yes. Okay. Mm, Okay.
Excellent.
Done.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, let me then share.
Okay.
So, and this is a typical answer, and that is something that that you exactly have done, and I salute you here. Okay, so is it clear,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we didn't take a type, a data type that's called Boolean before. So, did you hear about true and false before?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Boolean I've heard of. Yeah.
okay, good. So you see here that this is an age of type integer, a variable of type integer. Now we created a variable which called minor, and it's of type Boolean. And what we do here is what? We have to store here true or false only. But why are we giving an expression? So this is a kind of logical expression that will get evaluated to true or false. If the age that you put here, which is 22, 22 is less than 21 or no?
No.
So it means that it will be evaluated to false. And false will be stored inside the minor variable inside the RAM. Now, the Boolean, there is a variable loves APCS, and that is of type Boolean, and we would store true inside it. Okay, so now if we want to print minor, it will print false. If we want to print love APCS, it will print true. And what about this?
This will be, what is that? Less than or equals to one.
So 4 is less than or equal 5 or not. This will evaluate to true or false.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, this is true.
Okay, but why it will not print? Normally the printing just print whatever inside it here. But my question to you, why it will print true or false, but not for less than or equal 5? I need to clarify more.
Yeah.
Okay, now look here again. If I want to print a minor, he will not print minor. He will print only false.
Okay, yeah.
And the same goes with love APCS. I just want you to note one thing. If we want to print a string, we put it in double quotation. If we didn't put something in double quotation, he will not print the words that we, or the characters that we put. He will go search in the RAM to check if this minor is actually a variable and if it have value inside the RAM. If it have value, it will go bring that value in case of minor, and it will print that content of the variable. It will not print the variable name. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
The same goes with love APCS, and the same goes with this 4 less than or equal 5. It will note that this is not put between double quotation, and it will note that this is a logical expression that need to be evaluated first. So it will evaluate this to either true or false, and then print the result. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Do you need to write it on your own, or we can go on with we check more challenging exercises?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, good. Okay, we use there's something new that we're going to say. We use the word final sometimes before we define or declare a variable. You see here, this is the word final. Why we put? So you know already that the pi is already fixed. We declare it. We declare it and initialize it once inside our program, and we don't need to change it anymore. 3.4 is fixed, right? So now if you put a final here and try later to change the value of that variable, it will cause a syntax error. So it will not accept that from you. So certain times inside your code, you have 1,000 lines of code, and there is maybe 2 or 3 programmers working on the code. And then you want to define certain variables that cannot be changed. So that's why
Yeah.
you don't want to leave a chance for any mistake, that somebody by mistake try to change a fixed variable that cannot be changed. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So now you understand the purpose of final, right? Okay, good. I want to share with you two techniques that we use to name variables. This is when you follow that technique, you will find that all other professional programmers follow the same. If you all follow the same, you will understand each other code much more easier and make both of your lives easier. See how we just name that variable. A num of lives or number of lives. Number of lives start with a small letter n, and then every subsequent word start with a capital. So O, and then F is small, L is capital, and then the remaining is small. So this is how we make it more readable. But the first one have to be always small. Okay. Or another way, we use underscore. So number of lives, if you prefer this way or this way, it is fine. If you work in a company and see every programmer, or there is a standard for the company to name variables, follow that standard. If they don't have a preference and they leave it to the programmer, then it's up to you. You use that or that. It's both acceptable. If you name X and Y and Z, it's also fine. But you have to understand that we cannot, if we have 200 variables, we cannot name them X, Y, and Z. That is not meaningful at all. You want to come to the code after 2 or 3 weeks, you will not understand anything. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So there is a keywords that you are not able to use. This is keywords that belong to Java itself. You are not able to use it to name your variables. We are not able to use any of those: abstract, boolean, break, byte, case, catch, character, class. All this we cannot use it in naming our variables. Synchronize, switch, super, static, short, return, public, protected, private, this, rows, all this belong to the Java language itself. We cannot use it in our own variable naming. So, in the English language, we have is, are, this, there. Do you ever find a person called is? Did you ever see somebody called are? No, right? In reality, we don't see these names because it's part of the language. We cannot use it in naming things. We don't see a TV that's called is, or we don't see a radio that's called are, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so now we will learn how to actually make the Java code accept an input from the user or from us. So we will use something called scanner. Okay, previously we used system.out to be able to print lines. This is printing to the screen. Now we want to take an input from the keyboard. You key in on the screen using your keyboard, and we want to get that input that you write inside our code. So we use the opposite of system out, we use system in. So look at here how we actually can write that. So to be able to use that, we have to, and this is not a standard, so we have to always make sure that this line is written before our starting of the code. Import java.util.asterisk. Because to use that input, we have to use a class called scanner, and that is not a standard like the system.out.println. So we need to always import that library that allow us to use the scanner, which we will see how we use it here. So this is something new, a little bit complicated at the start, but when you get used to it, it will be easier. So you have to define scanner and then a name equal new scanner, and then you use system in. I know this is slightly complicated. This needs to just be memorized. The only thing that doesn't need to be memorized here is name. Name is a variable name that you can choose whatever you want. So again, you instead of name, you can use it console. So also this console, we will see how we use it. So we define that line. By defining it, you start to be able to actually receive an input from the keyboard. How exactly we are able to store that input inside a variable, we will see that. But I think once we see that, you have to really write it, because that will not be easy to remember. See these lines? We are printing, how old are you? Never ask the user to input something without printing to him that you expect him to put something for you. So you have to tell him first, how old are you? And then use this line, console.nextInt. What is this console? From where we get it? The console is here. This is what we defined here. So we defined something called scanner. It will scan our keyboard inputs, and it uses system.int, which is opposite to system.out that we use it for printing. So you have to define that at the start of your code. And once you start it, you are able to use that console to receive input from the user. How exactly you use that? You do that here. So you see, you ask for the age, how old are you? And then you say console.nextInt. NextInt, what it will do, it will halt the executing of the program and wait for you until you put some numbers and press enter. If you didn't press enter, it will keep waiting. Okay, so if you expect an integer, you write console.nextInt. If you expect a double from the user, you want him to enter a double. Maybe it's not an age, maybe it is just a price for a product. So it might have a decimal point. So instead of writing nextInt, you can write next double, and this means that you expect a double input or a decimal number from the user. Okay, if you expect a string from the user, you can use next. Okay, so instead of writing here nextInt, you just write next. But please, now I want you to try to run that code on your computer.
Okay.
You can start to share.
Is this correct?
Yes,
System login.
yes, but except that system should be capital, same like system.out here.
Oh,
S
yeah.
is capital, yes, okay.
Okay.
Okay, can you read what is the error?
Yeah. Oh, scanner. Oh, wait. This is console. This scanner. This is small letter. Is it? Is it like that?
Mhm. So a scanner with S capital, okay?
Oh. Oh, so both need to be with S capital, is it?
Yes, exactly, yes.
Oh, okay. Which one is this?
Okay, now can you read the error, please?
Yeah. Cannot find symbol scanner.
Okay, did we try to do the import before we write our code? Go on
Oh.
top, not here. No, the import is
Yeah.
not here. Go up, go up, go
Oh.
up at line 1. Line 1.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wait,
No, I mean, yeah, okay. The scanner
Yeah.
is fine. Yes,
Okay.
go to line 1. You see here,
Okay. Yeah.
I want you
Yeah.
to, on line 2, import java.util.asterisk.
Wait, UTL.
Yes, UTIL.
Okay. Oh, okay. Dot
Asterisk.
abstract.
No, asterisk is just the symbol itself.
Oh,
No need to
oh,
write
okay.
it, just like that.
Like that.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, can you run? But then you should read the error and try to fix it. Lah.
Oh,
So, yeah. Make sure your spelling is 100% correct. Okay. So I think no, it's not related to spelling. It's actually your next int I is
oh, capital.
yes.
Okay. So,
Write something.
okay.
Now, but before you
So,
write,
yeah.
please, just note here. You see here?
Mm.
This means that
Yeah.
the code actually halt here. It stop executing. It's waiting for you to input something. It will never execute that line before you enter something and press enter. Okay?
Yeah.
Now try.
Mm.
Okay, now I want you to run again. And instead of putting 18, I want you to put 5.9.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is an error. He does not accept that from you. Okay?
Yeah.
Now run again and try to put a string instead of, so write characters instead of a number.
Yeah. Mm.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
So he only can accept integer from you. But just be aware, when you're writing a code, you are not writing it for programmers. You are writing it for normal users. Normal users cannot be controlled. So it means that it's possible that they put a wrong input. If they put a wrong input, the program will crash. This will cause the program to crash. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You stop your sharing and let me continue, please.
I did my sharing end. Not responding.
Which one is not responding?
My laptop.
Oh,
when
really?
I click Yeah, when I click to stop sharing, Zoom is not responding.
Okay.
Okay,
And
let
just
me
click.
restart my Zoom.
Okay, actually, yes, you can stop the Zoom. Yeah, or you can, yeah, try to join again, no problem.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so let me see. Yeah, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
So here, the guy is trying to do a more advanced thing here. So he asks, "How old are you?" Which is already done, but he adds something here. Do you understand what he's trying to do?
Mm, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I see.
Okay, but the new thing that I would like you to actually to highlight to you is, you see this portion? You see
Yep.
this and this? Previously, you always see the text come first. You never see that the
Yeah.
variable come first, but now it is, you can see that it is also possible. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And now I want to teach you one thing, that if you expect that you want to put many inputs to a few inputs, actually not only one, using this console next integer, for example, or even if you would like to give integer and strings and other ones, we call that token. So it is, if you use a token way, you separate your input by a white space like that. Okay. So when you do that, then you're able to enter multiple inputs at the same time. Have a look here, please, at this code. So this code asks for two numbers, and then he assigned each input from the user to a number. But he put two lines consecutive like that. So he will take two inputs from the user. If the user inputs these two numbers, one and then space, two, the computer will actually accept that from the user. So you do need to really press enter in between them. So we close and open again. This is a 30-minute session already ended. So we open the Zoom again, please.
Okay.